Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, proud to be the world's #1 community for brilliant childcare leaders. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Elif Childcare Insurance. Give Blake a call at 972-232-2258 to get a free quote on childcare business insurance today. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, our hosts, Brian and Carol Duprey.
Welcome to episode 71 of the Childcare Genius podcast. I'm your host, Brian Duprey. And flying solo today, Carol's a little under the weather, so I'm going to be doing this episode by myself today. And before I get started, I wanted to let you know, as a reminder, that tickets are now on sale for Childcare Genius Live Conference in Las Vegas, April 14th, 15th, and 16th of 2024, the most advanced childcare conference in the world. There's going to be no sales pitches from stage. All speakers are Childcare Genius university professors or adjunct professors. There's no outside, no vendors. Nobody can buy their way onto our stage. We'll have poolside networking and coaching. So we're going to get done a little bit earlier than most conferences do. So we have some time to hang out in the pool together, have a drink, and get to know each other and network and coach. Tickets are on sale for $4.99 for owners, $3.99 for directors. That is this Black Friday special going on through the end of the year. We extended it till December 31st at midnight. It will absolutely close. And just remember to buy your tickets so you get the tax deduction in 2023, get your hotel rooms and get them paid for. Then you could write it off on your 2023 taxes, reduce some of that grant money, reduce your tax burden from some of that grant money paid. So visit childcaregenius.com to purchase your tickets today. So today we're going to do an end of the year goal setting and business planning session. It's almost 2024. And what I like to do at the end of the year is kind of do a 2023 recap and think of how my business was, what my income was, the employees we had, the turnover we had. It's kind of a reflection time of what our business did and all of our businesses in 2023, the properties we bought, things like that. I like to do a little bit of a kind of a debrief with myself. So Carol and I will get together and really just talk about the 2023 year. So that's what I'd highly recommend to do first. Kind of write out what you did in 2023. What were your high points? You know, what was your income? Compare it to the year before. How was your business revenue, your business growth, your business profit, your turnover? What did you do right in 2023? Write all that down and write down the mistakes you made, things you want to learn from and change and do. It's kind of a reflectionary time. The end of the year, out with the old, in with the new. You know, everybody seems like they have a brand new attitude and a good outlook on 2024, but people tend to forget really quickly the good things that happened in 2023 because they're already looking to the future, which is 2024. And so that reflection point is important, and to write those information down, and also to write down the things the mistakes you made in 2023 as well. So we make sure we don't repeat them, because history tends to repeat itself when you start forgetting about history. And your business history is the things you did, good or bad. You need to be able to remember them. So write those down, journal those, and use those as a starting point to make 2024 business plans. So we're going to start today with tax planning. So we did an episode 69, a couple episodes ago with Darren Hall. If you have not listened to that, highly recommend you go back and listen to episode 69 of the Childcare Genius podcast with Darren Hall. He gives some great end of the year tax advice and strategy on how to reduce your tax burden, especially since a lot of you got grant money in 2023, and you're going to want to try to offset some of that extra grant money, which you have to pay full taxes on with increased deductions in 2023. which will increase your 2024 income, but you'll be paying less taxes because you'll have less grant money, more than likely, unless something happens and a lot more money comes in, but I highly doubt that. So tax planning is a big one. Another one is a 2024 budget preparation. I've had so many of my coaching clients coming to me and wanting to put together a 2024 budget because they've never done a budget before. They hear Carol and I talk all the time about having budgets and preparing budgets, and they've never done one before. So I'm going to give you a little bit of advice here how to do a 2024 budget if you've never done one before. At the end of the year, on December 31st, I need you to run a 2023 profit and loss, cash-based profit and loss statement. So go ahead and run that out and export it to Excel, or export it to Sheets, or export it to whatever spreadsheet program that you use. And what you're going to do is just copy a whole line right next to that. And that's how you start your 2024 budget, by flatlining the 2023 actuals. So your 2023 actual spend is your starting point for your 2024 budget. So let's look at every line item. And I want you to look at them and say, okay, in 2023, our revenue was this. We did a 4% tuition increase. You could expect probably your tuition to be 4% higher than your 2023 revenue. And actually, multiply times 4% is actually 1.04. And then put the number in the 2024 budget, what you expect your revenues to be. If you've increased by 10%, add 10%. If you added some fees in there, just figure out what your estimated is and put that number in. And then look at every line item, advertising and marketing. So let's just say you spent $6,000. If you're close to full, you might not spend as much in 2024. If you're not full, maybe you spend more. So figure out what you want to spend of that and put that in there. And then you go do that with every line item. So let's just say when you get to the payroll line item, you spent $1 million in payroll, but you gave everybody a 3% wage increase. So you're going to want to increase your wages by $30,000 to $1,030,000, which is a 3% increase. So you want to keep all that. In fact, and do that with every line item. Food. Your food probably is going to go up 5% just due to inflation. This economy is pretty horrible right now with inflation. So it's gone up probably 8% last year. So you want to probably add another 5% what your food cost will be if you think your enrollment's going to be the same. And you go down every single line item doing the exact same thing till you get to the bottom. And then you see what your profit is. And hopefully your profit is at or greater than what you made in 2023. And then you have it and you can make adjustments. And you say, okay, if you want to make more money, there's two things I could do. I could spend less or I could make more. So if you want to increase profit, it's very simple. You just have to find a way to increase revenue or decrease expenses. It's simple math. So the budget is a great starting point for you to figure out where you want to end up. And if you have multiple locations, you get to the power of magnifying your income. Look at your income and then multiply it times the multiple of how many locations you could have, and you could have a pretty large income. We've got clients that make over $1 million a year in profit. I have some that make $1 million a year in profit off one location, believe it or not, and some with multiple. So there's big money to be made in childcare. And I have other clients that are just struggling just to get by. So there's a wide disparity between the two. But I will tell you, the people that do make seven figures, every one of them have budgets and live by budgets, which are very important. So if you want to make higher revenues, you really need to understand your finances. Next thing is 2024 business and personal goals. Highly recommend that you journal out your goals. Carol and I have a childcare mindset, dreams, goals, and gratitude journal that we sell. It's on our website at childcaregenius.com/books. Highly recommend you journal out and write down your business goals, what you want to accomplish in 2024, whether it be staffing goals, whether it be revenue goals, profit goals, whatever. Very important to have that written down. You're going to attain a lot more goals that you write down than ones you don't. And then get your personal goals. Could be weight loss, could be health, could be you want to run a marathon. What are your goals in your personal life? Spend more time with family, have every Sunday off. Very important you write those out. I always have a saying, I never like to start my day before I finish it on paper, meaning that I'm going to write down everything I want to accomplish in that day before I start my day. Well, I always like to finish my year before I start the year, meaning I'm going to plan out my entire year, have all my goals set, have all fixed. I'm going to make tweaks along the way for sure, but I'm going to have a good starting. But I'm going to try to end 24 in my mind before I start 2024. By doing so, I'm going to be able to achieve much more. So what are your 2024 business professional development goals? So how are you going to promote and help yourself professionally as a childcare business owner? What conferences are you going to attend in 2024? I hope you're going to attend our two conferences. We're having Childcare Genius Live, April 14th, 15th, 16th in Las Vegas, Nevada. We hope you'll attend that event. And if not, then we hope you attend our Leverage Conference, which is going to be in the Caribbean in late September, early October next year. Dates and times will be announced. Probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to be announcing those details. But those are two conferences that I would say if you're going to only attend two, those are the two to attend, because Childcare Genius Live in April, you can actually bring your director to, your leaders, your executive director. We will train them with you and for you. And then your Leverage Conference is an owners only working vacation. Those two paired together are the only two conferences you really need to attend in 2024. There's other ones, should you need more than that, we're going to pretty much cover everything, and we're going to cover stuff that nobody else teaches unless they start copying us, which they probably will, but then we'll just add new stuff in there that nobody else teaches. So feel free to go ahead and go to childcaregenius.com. There's a conference tab, and go ahead and get tickets before the end of the year for our conference. And also podcast. Be sure to listen to every episode of the Childcare Genius podcast. We'll keep you up to date of any new changes out there. We'll keep you held accountable. We'll keep reminding you of what you need to do to keep moving forward. And also, what your business professional, what about joining Childcare Genius University and get some help? Our students are from all walks of life. They are business owners of a license for 50 all the way up to 1,000 children in the program. So we have a wide gamut of childcare owners from one location all the way up to 18 locations. You fall probably somewhere in that spectrum. We actually have a couple clients that don't even have a school yet. They're getting ready to open. So we will train you better than you've ever been trained before. We have a 5 times guarantee on our program, and we've never had to anybody claim it. So we know we're going to get you value on that. All right. So what are your 2024 health goals? We only get one shot at this lifetime. And what do you want to do in 2024 to be healthier? Do you want to run a marathon? Do you want to lose 20 pounds? Do you want to eat healthy? What are your 2024 health goals? Write them down in that journal. Write them down, get them down, because January 1 is the time that most people start health or exercise goals, and most people quit by January 7th. It's something you have to start realistically and start small and just keep building on. What are your gratitudes? You need to find things that you're thankful for. And one thing I like about our childcare mindset, dreams, goals, and gratitude journal, it has a whole section in there to write your daily gratitudes out. So we like to encourage people to write 2 or 3 things they're grateful for each and every day. Then when you're having a bad day, just pull out your gratitudes and start reading some of them. And I could promise you your bad will go from bad to good in a very short period of time. What is your 2024 vacation plan? So Carol and I always sit together in late December 2023, and we plan out our entire year's worth of vacations. I've got a 12-month board, and we will figure out what week we're going to be gone, because we go somewhere 1 week a month. and we've done that for a while. And it's either vacation or it is working with clients around the country or around the world. We're gone 1 week a month out of our area, away from our schools, away from our family, and that's our time to either relax or to help clients around the world. And it's something we market out, we plan it out, we put it in our calendars, and it's done. So make sure you put that in your calendar now, your vacation time, your family time, get that blocked off, because it's very important to have that family time, whether it be every Sunday you're marking it off or it's just family day. Also, we highly recommend that you have a time of the day where it's a cutoff, where there's no daycare talk after that with your spouse, or significant other or family member. So we're thinking, we do 7 o'clock at night. That's our cutoff time. Where Carol and I sit and we'll hold hands, we'll talk, and we watch television. It's something that we do, pretty much every night. We'll do a couple shows that we watch, and that's our unwind time and our time to kind of connect back as a couple instead of just always being work, work, work. We highly recommend that. Also, what are your financial goals, both personally and in your business for 2024? Make sure you write them down. I've had a goal. I've had this goal since I opened my first business in 2000, or my first business, I think in 1991. I've had a goal to pay $1 million a year in taxes. Now, some people think that's the stupidest goal they've ever heard. And yes, I hate paying taxes like the next guy. But I figured if I pay $1 million in federal taxes, I probably made 2.5 to 3 million. So that is a goal of mine, to pay $1 million in taxes. I am not there yet. I'm going to be there probably in the next few years. But that's just a goal I personally set for myself. Kind of dumb. But what's your goal? What's that number you want to make in a year? Maybe you have a crazy goal like me. They want to, pay a boatload of money in taxes, because you know what, you get to keep at least 2/3 of that, right? More than likely. So what gets you excited? What is that goal of yours? I'm money motivated. It's just something that motivates me. I don't worship it, but it's how you keep score, how your business is doing. So, what motivates you? What are your 2024 goals? Some of my 2024 goals are going to be to grow my real estate investment company to reduce our daycare tax burden. So Karen and I usually set a goal every year to buy at least $1 million of new properties, which allows us to accelerate some of that depreciation, offset some of our daycare income. 2023 just happened to be an amazingly good year for us. We bought over $2.5 million worth of properties, which is going to pretty much make our childcare income pretty much tax-free, it was a good year for us with some accelerated depreciation we're able to take. So what is your goal? Are you going to diversify a little bit? Are you going to buy any daycare buildings, or are you going to buy any investment properties in 2024? It's something we teach our Childcare Genius University students, is how to invest in real estate on your own. I'm not talking passive investing. I'm talking actively investing to make passive income. We teach you the strategies to do it yourself. We're not going to take your money. We don't pool other people's money together and keep a good portion of that for ourselves. We just give you the advice, and it's up to you. Find the properties and do your own deals. And guess what? You don't have to split the money with us, and you get to keep it all. And there's huge tax advantages for doing so. And another goal of ours in 2024 is to record 52 new podcast episodes. We did 50 of them in 2023, so we're excited that we actually did the whole year every week. We only took 2 weeks off through the entire year, and we hope to have 52 episodes recorded in 2024. And we hope to have amazing guests on our podcast, as we always have. We had some amazing people. We're going to continue to have amazing guests on our podcast. We also have a goal to write at least one new book in 2024. Got some ideas in my head, putting them down now. And so we should have a book released, hopefully, maybe in the spring or the summer, have a new book that's going to be a big help to the childcare industry. Another goal of mine is to continue to grow the best coaching team in the history of childcare coaching. We're going to be bringing on some new coaches in early 2024, and can't wait to announce them. And we're going to continue to grow our team. Carol and I's goal personally is to make it through the end of the year. From a health perspective, both of us be alive at the end of 2024. If I'm not, well, I'm just happy that I was able to be a blessing to so many people, and I hope that you miss me when I'm gone. I'm sure Carol's going to long outlive me, so I don't ever think about her going there. But it's something you think about when you get in your 50s, because you see people dying at your age every day. So I don't take it for granted. I actually cherish every day, and every day I wake up, I give thanks for another day making a difference in the lives of people. And our last thing is we're going to keep striving. We have a company goal of adding $1 billion in increased revenue to childcare business owners' bottom line around the world. I want to be the first childcare billionaire. Now, of course, that's not $1 billion in my money. I don't need it. I don't need $1 billion. I want to be a childcare billionaire, meaning that I help childcare owners around the world add $1 billion in revenue to their bottom lines. And we estimate that we'll hit this goal sometime in 2026 with all the coaching I've done in the last 5 years, the books we've written, the podcast listens to. I'm excited of increasing and helping you make $1 billion. How much of that pie are you going to get increase by listening to us, following us, and coming to our conferences? You get a big slice of that $1 billion if you keep following us. And lastly, if you need any help with that goal setting, if you're a center owner and you'd like to get on a call with me and it can help you plan out some of that strategy, just go to childcaregenius.com and select, go into the coaching tab, select that like a free coaching call. And I'll give you a 30-minute call. We'll talk a little bit about strategy and I'll help you get on the right track. No obligation, no cost. And you're guaranteed to come away with 2 or 3 action items to move forward your business. And this is going to be it. Let's conclude episode 71 of the Childcare Genius podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Just a reminder, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a future episode. And Carol will be back next week with an amazing end of the year wrap up episode. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Childcare Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.